So today we're going to be talking about depth, scale, and shade, and how this can improve your artwork. A lot of times when students first start doing their artwork, it ends up looking very flat, which means that everything is on one level. So a person and a tree might be on the same plane and they don't worry about a midground or a background. And this is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're looking to improve your artwork, using depth, scale, and shading will add to your artwork. So the first thing that you need to establish is a horizon line, because that's going to show you the farthest back that you can possibly see. It's essentially as far as the human eye can see. So the closer you get to the horizon line, the farther things are going to be. So this is going to be the farthest. The things at the bottom or at the top of the page are going to be the things that are the closest. The area between the top and the middle is going to be your mid-range. And again, this center area is going to be the farthest. So how that works is the things that are down here are going to be the things that are super close. So things that are close are going to be more detailed, their scale or their size is going to be larger, and their colors are going to be brighter. So there's not going to be a whole lot of shading. It's going to be the actual colors that you see it. So if I were to do a flower, the flower, you would be able to see all the individual petals. If I were to color this, it would be very bright red or purple or whatever color you have of the flower. You would be able to see the leaves, maybe even the veins in the leaves. So it's going to be, albeit more detailed. It's also going to be brighter, so the colors that you would use are more without any shade or putting in any blacks or anything like that, and it's going to be the largest. As this gets farther back, the flower is going to be a little less detailed, so you might not be able to see all the petals. The color might have a little shade to it, which means that you take the color and add just a little bit of black, or maybe use a darker color of the same color, and you're going to lose some of the detail. The things that are the farthest away are going to have very little detail, maybe have a little bit left of the color that you started with, but mostly it's going to have black added to it to shade it. So the farther away it gets, there's going to be less detail, the scale or the size is going to be smaller, and the colors are going to be shaded a lot. So you're going to add black to whatever color you're using. You're going to be shading it, which is a little bit different than shadows. Shadows are what casts on the ground. Shading is what happens when there is less of the color due to less light or how far it is away. So when you're going about doing this, really think about those different levels. What's the closest, what's the mid-range, and which is the farthest. And this works both ways. Let's say I'm drawing a bird. I can put the bird way up here, and then show all the details of its feathers. Or I can go closer to the horizon line and do that M shape that people do to show that birds are really far away. So you can either move up and it be closer, or you can move down and be closer. But the horizon line essentially is the farthest away. When you are doing your artwork, be cognizant. Think about where things are in space. Are they close to you? Are they going to be more detailed? The scale is going to be larger, the color is going to be brighter? Or is it going to be farther away and is it going to be less detailed? The scale is going to be smaller and the colors are going to be shaded. And this will help establish that depth that we're trying to get to, this idea of things getting farther away from you or getting closer to you. Thank you for your time and your attention.
Do more, do better.